It's time once again for That Business Show with Jamie Maloney on 1250 Wins WHNZ, where business becomes show business. Jamie is a leading Tampa Bay real estate agent and featured on the Wall Street Journal's list of top 100 real estate agents in the nation. Jamie invites you to list your home with him today and learn more at tampabayradio.com. Now, live in studio and promoting the entrepreneurial spirit that drives the American economy, your host, Jamie Maloney.
Hey, good morning, everybody, and welcome to hour number 2 of That Business Show with Jamie Maloney, where business becomes show business. Monday through Friday, 7 to 9 here on Tampa Bay's 1250 Wins WHNZ. Also, video stream still available over at tampabayradio.com. So please visit the live video stream to see the action and different things we throw up on the live video stream. I don't even know what Josh is throwing up there half the time, so it might be some good stuff over there. So help keep him employed as well. So take advantage of the live video stream and also the color commentary he throws in here from time to time. So Josh doing a good job. Great segment there in that last hour talking about Cinderella. We'll talk a little bit more about that on the second part of today's show as well. But Josh revealed to us he has quite the Disney fetish, correct?
Come on, man.
He knew like the entire story behind Cinderella, like down to the T, and then he threw in a few other things as well.
I actually surprised myself by how rapid I threw that out there, too. You know?
Whereas my knowledge of Cinderella extended to the rock band Cinderella and Gypsy Road and all those famous songs that they sang.
I mistakenly said Gypsy Rose and for a Van Halen song.
Gypsy Rose, yeah, no, Gypsy Road. Take Me Home, Gypsy Road, yes. Yeah. One of my favorite Cinderella songs. So you can see the little bit of a difference in personality there, but I knew nothing. I wouldn't say I did nothing.
I came up with the joke.
Yeah, but I finished it though for you.
Yeah, you did.
But I could not recall the story of Cinderella, and so that just shows me how unartistic I am and uncultured I am. But if we had a discussion on the band Cinderella, I would have been on point. So
what if we did if somebody did like a Disney version or a metal version of Disney stories in theater?
Well, kind of like what Rock of Ages kind of has that thing. If you ever seen that play out there in Las Vegas, and of course they made a movie out of it, but it's a musical production set to 80s rock music, and it's a tremendous production and a great movie as well. It's one of my favorites and stuff. So if you haven't seen Rock of Ages out there, you've not seen Rock of Ages?
No.
Oh, you got to see that. Then you're missing out. So, hey, it's Working Women Wednesdays. We talk to professional women every Wednesday here on the program. Thanks to the founder of the Working Women of Tampa Bay Network Group, Jessica Ravelli, who is on the phone line with me as always each Wednesday. So, Jessica, good morning to you.
Good morning, Jamie. You guys are awfully chipper this morning.
Yeah. Would you have known the story of Cinderella had I put you on the spot and ask you to tell me the story?
Of course.
See, I didn't know it this morning.
any young girl, anybody who grew up during the time of Disney knows kind of the basics, right? Snow White, and Cinderella, and Sleeping Beauty, and so yeah, I think if you ask any '80s baby for sure. Any 80s girl, I think that they would know the story of Cinderella.
I dug the hole, and Jessica's just filling it
in. Yeah,
Jess,
exactly.
let's talk about your latest endeavor here, the Young Women's Leadership Exchange. Tell us about this.
Yeah, we just started it. Yes, we had our very first meeting yesterday. It's being hosted by Iberia Bank downtown, and we really wanted to create an entire series of education for young women and young professionals. So, a lot of times when I come on the radio and chat with you guys, we're talking about women small business owners and entrepreneurs and the education we provide for them. But, there's a good chunk of our membership that is, corporate professionals that are, kind of up and coming. So, in their 20s and even in their 30s. And there are some really great young professional groups here in Tampa Bay, but none of them are specifically targeting young women. And so, there's, a lot of things that you and I have talked about on this show, right? Like pay negotiation and, how to ask for a promotion and some of these things that will help women get equal pay or help them kind of climb the corporate ladder. And there's some tools that they need in order to be able to articulate their value and kind of advocate for themselves in the workplace, and that's what we're hoping to do. So it's the third Tuesday of the month, and Silvana Capaldi, who you've actually had on the show previously, is facilitating it for me. We weren't sure, exactly what kind of response we would get since it's our first one, but we sold out yesterday. We had 20 women, and it was a really productive meeting, and we think that we really had some impact on these young girls who are, I really shouldn't say young girls because they're young women, but, we really believe that the information that we're giving them may help them down the road in their career. So it was a success. We're really excited about growing that program because we feel like it's definitely needed here in the Tampa Bay area.
Is there an age range that they have to fit within to come to the meetings? I mean, is it restrictive, or and do they have to be Working Women of Tampa Bay members to come to the Women's Leadership Exchange?
Yeah, they don't need to be members. Just like 99% of all of our events are always open to the public, and we don't really want to put an age requirement on it. A lot of people go back into the workplace after having children. So they may still be kind of up and coming in their career, but they may be in their 30s because maybe, they had a couple babies in their 20s, and so they're late, a little bit of late bloomers when it comes to their career, or maybe someone decided to get their master's and their doctorate, so they're entering their career a little bit later in life as well. So we don't really want to put age restrictions. It's more about where you're at in your career and needing some of those kind of essential tools that allow you to, like I said, be like your best advocate in the workplace. LeanIn.org is doing an entire awareness campaign around women in the workplace, specifically around, having mentors and having what they call a workplace ally, which would be someone that's got your back within the workplace. And so this is kind of going hand in hand with that education, which is teaching women just to be a little bit more strategic about their career and trying to give them some tools to make a little bit more money and go for those promotions and stuff. So yeah, we're really excited. But yeah, welcome to it's open to the public, so all is welcome, and don't necessarily worry about how old you are. It's really about where are you at in your career, and do you need these kind of tools to continue to climb and get to the position that you want within the the industry that you want. So
just another great resource from the Working Women of Tampa Bay. So Jessica, thank you so much for what you're doing for our community.
No, thanks so much, Jamie. Okay, see you soon.
All right, talk to you later. That was Jessica Ravelli, CEO and founder of the Working Women of Tampa Bay Networking Group, and you can learn more about that program and the different events that she does every week over at workingwomenoftampabay.com. Time to bring in my next guest for the program. I have Lynn Cruson, who is the manager of the Entrepreneur Collaborative Center. So, Lynn, welcome to the program today.
Thanks, Jamie. Thank you for having me, and thank you, Jessica, for inviting me to participate today.
So, for people that are not familiar with the Entrepreneur Collaborative Center, or ECC for short, tell us what this is and where it's at.
The ECC is actually a one-stop shop for business owners to seek resources and assistance. We are a location in Ybor City, and we are the host of various programs and events on site. We have over 60 partners who participate providing business assistance through these events and programs, and they provide events or host events, anything from youth programs to veteran programs to film producer programs, all reaching the entrepreneurial community. Our goal is to help build the ecosystem, the entrepreneur ecosystem, and help business owners navigate the system. And we launched actually as the ECC in 2014, December 2014, very end of the year. But we were in existence before that under a different name. We used to be the Small Business Information Center, but just like with any business, it's time to rebrand, move forward, and create a more cool and trendy place for entrepreneurs to seek those resources and assistance.
So what makes the ECC possible? Where's the funding come from, and how's the people that are running the facility getting paid? How's it all come together?
We're actually a Hillsborough County entity. We're part of economic development. Our county commission, as I mentioned, they saw the need for a cool and trendy place for business owners to like to go to. In the past, we weren't necessarily, we were kind of hidden, we weren't centrally located, but they saw the need, and we've definitely demonstrated the need because since we launched in December 2014, we've already had over 12,000 attendees participate in nearly 800 events. Wow. And it started out a little differently than what we have evolved into. We thought we were going to be a location, a satellite location for our various partners, but didn't really happen that way because they didn't have the staffing to have somebody on site to meet with those businesses. So we quickly became a business destination for those events and programs, and it's gone gangbusters since, and we're already outgrowing the facility.
Wow. Who can utilize the space and how's it work?
The space actually, as far as our partners, I mentioned we have over 60 partners. The partners consist of nonprofit organizations, government agencies, and educational institutions who are all serving the business community. the business owner, the entrepreneur, somebody who's thinking of starting a business and just has an idea, they can certainly seek the assistance at no cost from us as Hillsborough County employees or from one of our various partners. And that's part of it. We help them navigate the system. They walk in the door, they express their needs, and then we send them to their correct partner. It's also for the existing business. We have the Small Business Development Center at Hillsborough County on site with us permanently under the Entrepreneur Services Program, and they work with businesses in existence who have 5 or more employees and help them in that growth stage. They're ready to take off. They're ready to hire employees and get to that next level. So it's everybody from just a business idea to an existing business 10, 20 years in existence already.
Now, if somebody's listening on the radio right now and they hear about this, I mean, can they walk in the door and kind of just go in there and just set up their computer and start working? Or how's it controlled when somebody walks in there?
There is a difference between us and an incubator. We are an incubator, but it's a reverse incubator. Okay. We're an incubator for the service providers. We're not a co-working space. We're not a location necessarily for business owners to come in and utilize and host their one-on-one meetings rent executive space. But we do have our partners that we would navigate them to, such as the Tampa Bay Wave, USF Connect, and various other incubators and co-working spaces that we have partnered with in the area.
Do you get a lot of vagrants in there, like just accidentally walking in trying to play Pokemon?
Actually, that's probably mean. No, I shouldn't admit I'm playing Pokemon Go. But we don't have that yet, but now that you just said that on radio, I'm sure it will probably happen this afternoon because we do have some Pokemons in the area.
What are some of the resources inside the ECC that people can take advantage of?
Well, we do have this morning at 9 o'clock, which takes place every single Wednesday at 9 a.m., is 1 Million Cups Tampa. And this is our anchor event. And it's a national program that's funded by the Kauffman Foundation out of Kansas City. And it takes place every single Wednesday where we have 2 business owners or somebody with just that business idea who want to share what their idea is or the growth phase of their business. They have 6 minutes to pitch their business and then 20 minutes of audience participation. Anybody can participate in the audience to provide that feedback, constructive criticism, but you do have to apply to be a presenter.
So how do you apply? How does this work?
You can actually go to 1millioncups.com/Tampa. And there is a link on there or a button that you can just click apply to present, and then it goes through an approval process. And then the 1 Million Cups Committee, which are absolutely fabulous, work with that business owner, with that entrepreneur, and provide them the tools they need before we put them up there to the sharks.
Interesting. So I want to hear some of the success stories when we come back from the break. I've been hearing more and more about 1 Million Cups, and it's a national movement, right?
It is a national movement that started in 2012.
Yeah, so I want to hear a little bit about some of the success stories that have come out of 1 Million Cups. Currently talking to Lynn Cruson, manager of the Entrepreneur Collaborative Center over in Ybor City, or ECC for short. Learn more about this over at the county website, hillsborocounty.org. You're listening to That Business Show with Jamie Maloney, where business becomes show business.
I wish there was an app for that. Stop wishing and start making the world better. Turn your brilliant idea into a profitable business by using Popcorn apps. Their affordable app design will help get your blue sky idea or proven business to the next level at a fraction of the cost of other developers. They will help you get through all the steps needed to make your thoughts become live. See them at popcornapps.com with a K in popcorn, or call them at 727-415-6705 for your free consultation and pop your kernel of an idea into $1 million business and a world changer starting today.
Teresa Turner is a certified public accountant and the founder of Tax Happens, a boutique-style CPA firm providing small businesses and individuals with hands-on, personalized tax and accounting services. Although we would love to tell you how happy their clients are, we would like you to see for yourself. Tax Happens has 21 Google reviews and a 4.8-star Google rating, 17 Yelp reviews and a 5-star Yelp rating, 38 Facebook reviews and a 4.9-star Facebook rating. What sets Tax Happens apart is number 1, upfront pricing, 2, clear deadlines, 3, personally available year-round, and number 4, a willingness to empower clients to do as much or as little as they desire. Visit taxhappens.com for more information.
Have you ever tried to buy a home for your family only to find out that you don't qualify for a mortgage loan? You thought that after 20 years as a customer of your bank, they would help you when you needed it the most, right? Unfortunately, the banks of today are not the banks of our parents and grandparents, and our relationships with them just don't matter anymore. My name is Frank Cotto, and I'm the president of the Lincoln Lending Group. We all may need a bank, but we also need a Frank, and that's what I'm here to do for you today. Lincoln Lending Group will waive all of your lending fees, which include your mortgage, application fee, your underwriting fee, processing fees, and any bank points. Just call 813-MORTGAGE. You drop the E, and we'll drop the fee.
Tampa Bay weather is a roof killer. That's why when getting your roof done, you want it done right. Hi, I'm Jamie Maloney of That Business Show. When considering a new roof or repair, talk to Westfall Roofing. They've been installing high-quality roofs in Tampa Bay for over 25 years. Get a free, no-obligation estimate by calling 855-99-ROOFING. That's 855-99-ROOFING. Find out what already 15,000 satisfied customers already know. Call now, 855-99-ROOFING. In an age when the good and the better vie for attention, it is the best that stands out. The best of Tampa Bay from Proudly Florida is the love story for the city of Tampa, celebrating success, sharing achievements, a tribute to enterprise and community spirit. Let Proudly Florida showcase your business to your city, your nation, and the world. For more information, email info@proudlyflorida.com and be sure to visit proudlyflorida.com.
Are you in need of new flooring or ready to tackle that home remodeling project? Then contact Yeager & Company Incorporated, a family-owned, state-certified general contracting business with over 70 years of experience and the recipient of the Angie's List Super Service Award for the last 8 years in multiple categories. Yeager & Company comes to you with their shop-at-home flooring sales service, and their hardwood flooring refinishing is the very best in the Bay. Kitchen and bath design featuring American-made, well-born cabinets, and all work is done by employees, not subcontractors. Learn more at YeagerFlooring.com.
If you've been following That Business Show on Facebook and Twitter, you may have noticed the quality of some of our images. That's because one of our sponsors is pro photographer Rick Taseda, a member of the Professional Photographers of America. You can view his extensive work by going to his website at ricktaseda.com or call him for an appointment to chat about your photography needs at 813-641-4757. That's 813-641-4757. 4757. Rick Taseda Visuals. Call him for your next event or project.
From the RP Funding Traffic Network.
The morning construction continues all this week on State Road 60. It is closed between Valrico and Dover Roads. That's due to railroad crossing construction. So continue to use those detours around that area. Leave a few extra minutes if you're heading that way. Also, southbound 275 still jammed up between Fowler Avenue and Sly. Northbound 275 looking a little bit better. Still a bit slow, though, off the Howard Franklin Bridge in West Shore. See traffic problems? Call the injury firm of Abrahamson Uderick, Hillsborough Traffic Tip Line 866-545-9595.
This report is brought to you by Boys and Girls Club of America.
It's 3 p.m. School's out for America's kids. And when school's out, clubs are in. It's time to support the Boys and Girls Clubs. Visit greatfutures.org.
Today, increasing cloudiness and hot with a 40% chance of showers and thunderstorms, high 94. Tonight, partly cloudy, low 78. Tomorrow, 40% rain chance, high 93.
You're listening to That Business Show with Jamie Maloney on 1250 Wins WHNZ. Missed a show? Then head over to TampaBayRadio.com, where all shows are available on demand. Once again, here's your host, Jamie Maloney.
And we're back to the Working Woman Wednesdays feature of That Business Show with Jamie Maloney, where business becomes show business. In studio with Lynn Cruson, manager of the Entrepreneur Collaborative Center, or ECC for short. So, Lynn, we're talking about 1 million cups, and I know this is kind of a growing movement across the country, and with a chapter here locally here in Tampa, people can go and apply for a chance to get up in front of a community of their peers. 1millioncups.com, correct? And it's every Wednesdays from 9 to 10. Tell us some of the success stories that have come out of 1 Million Cups that you've seen.
Well, since we've launched, we've had over 130 presenters. The program launched in February 2015. We were the 69th chapter in the United States. Now there's over 80 chapters throughout the U.S. With those presenters, we've had some great success stories, and actually one that we're currently working on now is Ella Bing. They do the wooden bow ties and other apparel for men. They were selected one of five in the entire regional Southeast to participate in the Miller Lite Business Pitch Competition. And so we, as the 1 Million Cups Committee, have been working with them on a very regular basis to get them ready for that pitch, which is next week on Tuesday, July 26th. So keep your fingers crossed and wish them the best. But they actually were one of our very first pitchers at 1 Million Cups, and we've kind of just moved them forward to get to this point. Additionally, we had another presenter, also one of our ones from the very beginning, called Circle Bottle, and they have a prototype for a filtration system for a water bottle they're calling it the Keurig of water bottles. So you can adjust the filtration on it to flavor it. It has a flavor cartridge. They were selected the only presenter in the entire United States to go to a competition in Kansas City titled 1 in a Million, which was hosted by the Kauffman Foundation. So they were top 5 out of 460 applicants throughout the United States. So we're expecting soon that they'll be launching. They've been working on finalizing that prototype, and there's just been so many other success stories. You can go to our website. We have all of our past presenters listed there. And we've recently conducted surveys to identify job creation and startup, and everybody has shown an increase in revenue since they've pitched at 1 million.
How does it work for the presenter that comes in? This is the first time they're really pitching and they need a lot of work on their pitch. Can they come back and repitch, or is there a program to kind of develop and help them, or how does it work for somebody who needs the help?
We actually have a dry run cycle that we take them through. They'll apply to be a presenter.
Okay.
Our pipeline's very, very full. We're actually booked 3 months out right now, so we have a lot of time to work with those who are applying before we actually schedule them for the presentation. So we'll reach out to them if their idea is an idea that we feel is a fit for 1 million cups. We'll reach out to them and we'll work with them on a schedule to have them come and practice their pitch. Sometimes they'll just show up with they're not presenters at all, and unfortunately that's how a lot of them are. So we'll tweak them, get them perfected before we put them out in front of the crowd.
And you have the women's pitch next week?
Yes, thanks to Jessica and Working Women Tampa Bay in partnership with the Tampa Bay Wave and with our Entrepreneur Collaborative Center. On the 4th Wednesday of every month, we do have a women-owned business theme, and we'll have 2 women presenters that week, and we have a voting system. The audience gets to vote on their favorite pitch, and the winner of that weekly event will get to participate on your show.
Nice. And so how does it work on a national level? Do the presenters, does it go to like a website where like people from other cities and states can see them, or is it just locally on the Tampa chapter site?
Well, it's really great because once you participate at any chapter of 1 Million Cups, whether it be in Kansas City or in St. Louis or Tampa, you have a passport to present at any other 1 Million Cups throughout the country. And I always make the joke, plan your vacations around 1 Million Cups. Leave that Wednesday morning open. And if you're in St. Louis on vacation or Kansas City on vacation, check it out and also present there because you do have that opportunity to do so. Each individual chapter has their own city address. Ours, 1millioncups.com/Tampa/St. Louis. And we do have our partner directly across the bay. There's a 1 Million Cups in St. Pete as well. Initially, we thought perhaps it might be a competition. However, it has been awesome because they'll present on our side of the bay and then they can go to the other side of the bay and present as well. And it's a totally different audience on that side as compared to Tampa.
And you've got some 8th graders that are going to be pitching here soon. They're coming out of a program, correct?
Yes, actually we work very closely with THAP, which is the Tampa Hillsborough Action Plan. They have the 5508 incubator, and they have an entrepreneur camp going on this summer for kids. They've been working for 6 weeks. And today they're coming for a field trip to 1 Million Cups, and then they're going to be pitching themselves on August 2nd. It's actually an evening program as part of their graduation at 6 o'clock. It is open to the public and it is free. But we also have a program that we're launching in the new school year in partnership with Hillsborough Virtual School. We will have half a cup, and they are invited to participate at 1 Million Cups, and then following that presentation, they will do their pitches as well.
What kind of pitch works well with 1 Million Cups? Is it usually a product? What about a service? Can that work too?
It's not necessarily always a service. We like to see a product, something that, like the water bottle, like the bow tie. It can definitely be something that's just an idea. We don't really like to have business consultants. We want something that's
what I was getting at. You probably want a product, not versus a service.
Exactly, or an app. It's very focused on technology as well. So we have a lot of applications that come through as well as an actual product.
Very good. And the audience is usually full. I know it gets very well attended.
Yes.
So, but can anybody just come in out and sit down and watch 1 Million Cups? Is there a fee to come in and watch?
It's absolutely free, and it's open completely to the public. We have anywhere from 30 up to 60 participants. It can consist of bankers, political people. It can be community leaders, fellow business owners. Just about anybody can be in the participation.
Good information and another great resource here in Tampa Bay. Lynn Cruson, thank you so much for being in studio.
Jamie.
And again, she is the manager with the Entrepreneur Collaborative Center over in Ybor. You can learn more about this at the county website, hillsboroughcounty.org. And coming back from the break, we're going to talk a little bit more with the Cinderella production. So be sure to stay tuned. And you're listening to the Working Women Wednesdays feature of That Business Show with Jamie Maloney, where business becomes show business.
Hi, I'm Kelly Ham from Billmeyer Ham Consulting. Did you know that one of the biggest challenges that leaders face is getting their employees to be engaged, motivated, and producing amazing business results? At Billmeyer Ham Consulting, we'll help you transform your workforce culture from one that might be underperforming, maybe mediocre, to achieving amazing business results. You see, we realize that your workforce culture is equally as important as your business plan and your business strategy. The two must be aligned in order for you to reach your desired business and financial goals.
Carol.
Hey, Jim.
I just got this plan that could really help with our process here.
Okay, why don't you just have a seat and let's go over it.
Let us help you transform your workforce culture by leveraging your most important assets, your people. I want to know what's going on in your organization. Let us help you transform your workforce culture. Let's have a conversation.
I feel guilty that I can't always be there when Mom feels stuck at home. She was always there for us. But now she can't get out, and I'm not always available to take her places. Someone else needs to help her get around. Then I learned about Home Instead. Now Mom can do what she enjoys because her personal caregiver is there, and I can just be a daughter again.
Are you struggling to care for your loved one? We can help. Home Instead Senior Care. To us, it's personal.
Tip line 866-545-9595.
This report is brought to you by Just Brakes.
Are your brakes ready for summer? For a limited time at Just Brakes, save $100 on any four-wheel brake service. Visit JustBrakes.com to save $100 off brake service today. Only at Just Brakes.
The brake store that gives you more. Just Brakes.
1250 winds, Weather Center forecast. Another hot day coming up with the high reaching the mid-90s, 40% chance, scattered showers and storms. Under partly sunny skies, mid to upper 70s tonight. Rain chance a little higher to close out the week, 50%. Thursday, Friday should see just a bit cooler temps, though, closer to the low 90s. Impact Radio, 1250 winds, WHNZ.
You're listening to That Business Show with Jamie Maloney on 1250 Wins WHNZ. Missed a show? Then head over to TampaBayRadio.com, where all shows are available on demand. Once again, here's your host, Jamie Maloney.
And we're back to the Working Woman Wednesdays feature of That Business Show with Jamie Maloney, where business becomes show business. This weekly segment brought to us by Jessica Ravelli, CEO and founder of the Working Women of Tampa Bay Networking Group. A lot of great events going on for professional women, and you can learn more about them over at WorkingWomenOfTampaBay.com, and they got a big event coming up September 8th and 9th over at the Straz Theater, so you can pick up tickets over at WorkingWomenConference.com, and that's going on September 8th and 9th. So we've talked about that a number of times on the program. She's got a lot of great keynote speakers and a great event to network with your fellow female professional women here in the Tampa Bay community. Time to bring on my next guest, and she was on with me at the 7:30 spot as well. And it's Nancy Sears, theater chair with the Patel Conservatory over at the Straz Center. And you can learn more about her and their programs at patelconservatory.org. So, Nancy, welcome back to the program today.
Thank you so much.
And so we're talking about Cinderella there at 7:30, and I kind of got reschooled on what Cinderella is and the story. But for the audience that's tuned in now, tell us about the upcoming production, when it is, and what's going to happen.
Yes, I'm working right now with our summer theater camp program, and we do have 2 productions that we do, and actually 3 productions that we do in the summer. And we just finished doing Les Mis. We're in the middle of Cinderella, and after that, we're going to have our older top group is going to be doing Showstoppers, which is August 12th through the 14th. And the Cinderella production is what's up next, and it's July 28th through the 31st. We're going to be at the Tico, which is our little black box theater, and our performances go at 7 p.m. on Thursday and Friday, and we have 2 performances on Saturday and Sunday, 1 and 4 o'clock.
And what's making this unique is this is children that are participating in this production. Tell us about this.
Yes, it's a professional level of production in which we're using the 2nd through 8th grade to really get a professional experience, and that is our goal that we use through the actual script is by the end of their experience that they have been in a professional production, so that they would know how to behave if they actually did get picked to go and be in some type of a Broadway running show or any type of professional experience. But we're teaching them through this process so that they're ready for it.
So how many hours goes into producing a production such as this? I mean, how many man hours?
Sure, we're going 14 rehearsals with the kids. Now there's manpower before and after, but we're going 14 rehearsals, and they go from 9 o'clock until 4 o'clock each day. And then we do have a Saturday rehearsal that is from 9 to 4 as well, and then jump into the rehearsal. So it actually is 14 days of about 8 hours of work. These kids really learn how to put a good day in, and they're tired when they're done, but they can't wait to get there the next day. I did have two of the members that are cast members in this particular production were also in Les Mis, which just closed, as we said. And what a production that was. And those kids did a great job. But they were there. They're going on 20 days without having a day off by the time this show.
Wow. And these are second through eighth grade children that are putting on this production.
Right. But let me tell you, they're little professionals. Mm-hmm. And when it's all done, they're going to miss it,
Now, for the parents out there listening and hearing about this opportunity to get their children involved in programs at the Patel Conservatory, how many different productions are you putting on throughout the year? How does the audition process work? How can they keep up to date with this?
Yes, well, first thing you want to do is check that website, the Patel Conservatory.org, or if you're really interested and you want to take a tour, we actually have tours that go through the building. You can drop by, or you can call Audrey, our theater manager, and her number is 813-222-1040. As far as the rest of the summer, we still have 3 camps that are available, so you can check into that. 2 of them are dance classes. They're jazz intensive, our pint-sized percussion. Say that fast 3 times, everybody. And then we have another one called Dancing with Props, which is mixing the dance and the theater together. So there's still opportunities for the summer. In the fall, we'll have a wonderful opportunity for them to get involved in a production that is for their age group. So we have 3 productions. One is Willy Wonka, which is going to precede the age group that I'm working with. I'll be directing that. Our auditions for Willy Wonka are September 10th, with our show dates of November 4th through the 6th. And the students will have to go through a professional audition. There are opportunities for them to learn how to do that. Or perhaps they just, hear about it, read it on the website, and come and do it. We've got kids that don't really know how to go through that process, but during the audition, we're very kind to them, and we're, kind of helping them through that process. But they will be asked to bring 16 measures of music and a monologue, and we'll give them a little dance sequence, and then they'll be cast accordingly. We also have something coming up called the Musical Adventures of Flat Stanley, and that's for grades 2 through 4. Those auditions are November the 19th. We've got You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown. Everybody's buzzing about that. That's our 5th through 12th grade. And our Vice President of Education, who I'm preceding in her job, Susan Levsey, has told me as of yesterday that she's going to direct. So I'm very excited that she's going to stay involved in directing that. She did our production of Les Mis, which I just assisted her on in my first production there. And she is phenomenal director. So those kids will get an incredible experience with her as well. And lots of other classes that you don't have to necessarily be involved in a whole big production and the time commitment, but maybe just a week, sometimes workshops. But take a look at the website. There's something for everybody in every age group.
Now, you've been working in theater education for a long time. What's it like working with children in theater versus adults in theater?
That is a really good question, because there's not a whole lot of difference. It really depends on their experience. There are children that have more experience than adults that I sometimes have come across in the same productions, and those children understand it better than the adults. Mm-hmm. So really it's a process of learning, no matter what age you are. There's also an ability to do things innately or naturally, that if a child or even an adult begins to learn it as a craft, and there are many ways, and it's very academic at times, to learn acting and the different skills that, come out of the classwork.
Have you ever worked with a child all the way starting like at first, second grade, all the way up through, and see them morph into an adult actor?
That's the gift I've had. Yes, thank you for asking that. I have, and it's a really cool experience, and I've seen them now, go off and do professional work, and it's very exciting to watch that growth and to watch how that they become adults in this business. And one of the things that I will tell you, wherever I took my students, especially as a high school teacher, and I see that with this Patel group immensely this summer and meeting them, that theater kids are really, really mature. They understand what warm, professional, and friendly is. They are very inclusive, because all of that is built into what we're doing in teaching productions. So there's a really nice, there's something to brag about when you're walking around with your theater kids, to be honest with you, because there's something that we're able to teach to the whole child when we're working with theater kids. And I'm speaking in general, but we have a whole group, the Florida State Thespians. They come downtown Tampa. They take over the downtown Tampa, 8,000 of them. And I hear the same thing. I worked on some of the boards, and I've also just walked around as a teacher. And you hear from the restaurants and the people all over the place. I can't believe how mature and awesome these kids are. And that's always a nice thing, because we do hear a lot about this generation and what they're missing.
Right.
But they're good kids. There are lots of good kids, and a lot of them are in theater.
Yeah. Have you ever worked with anybody that got into a major motion picture, or any other success stories in your book?
Jamie's looking for that golden nugget.
Well, I'm reaching out right now. I hope they're listening so they can tap back and tell me what they're doing. But yes, I have had some that are working professionally in all different areas. But I won't say that I've got somebody that's the household name just yet. But
Well,
I'm
hopefully-
expecting it soon.
I was really hoping to hear
soon.
Channing Tatum.
So how did you find acting for yourself?
Oh, wow. Does that bring me back to my first role ever?
Yeah, just how you found the acting bug. Yeah, was it in you as a young child, or when did you get it?
I will laugh
Interesting.
if she says that she auditioned and ended up like tree number 3 or something, and then grew into a director. That'd be a cool story, actually.
Well, you know what? I was actually inspired by the first Cinderella movie.
Really?
Isn't that funny that
Yeah.
this would be my first production doing here? But I remember watching Cinderella, and I saw it as an adult, and I'm absolutely horrified at how corny and ridiculous it was, because I thought it was this beautiful, wonderful movie. And it is cool, but, you know, you're looking back, and back then it was awesome. But now when you look at it, compared to movies we have today of Cinderella, it's pretty darn corny. But I used to go in the empty room in our upstairs attic, and I had a little chair, and I would sit in the corner, and I would sing in my own little corner in my own little chair. And I knew I wasn't Cinderella. I was the actress playing Cinderella, and that was a big deal, that movie. I remember that being a huge thing. But my first role is kind of a funny story.
Let's hear it.
Okay.
Yeah.
My first role was in Catholic school, and we were putting on the manger scene, and I was cast. Actually, the teacher brought out all the costumes, and I saw these beautiful angel costumes with wings, and I've always been a very girly girl, and I was so excited. I was going to be the angel, and that was all there was to it. I had to get in that costume. I ended up being cast as Mary, Mother of God. I went home crying, and my mother said, "You've got the lead role," because I didn't know what that meant. She goes, "You'll never play anything greater than Mary, Mother of God. Stop the crying, put on the hood, and forget about the wings." And I remember when that curtain opened and the audience applauded, and the girl that was the angel, I just took this little look at her, and I thought, my word, she's beautiful. And I was so proud of her, but more importantly, I was proud to be a part of the whole thing. And I think I was hooked. It didn't matter if I was third tree on the right after that. I just wanted to be involved with that whole thing.
Speaking of which, I played a wise man in the same play.
See, there you go. Hey.
So as you developed as an actress, what areas of acting did you struggle with, and what did acting help you kind of develop into?
Wow, that's a deep question. I think about that. What did I struggle with? I think probably
Does becoming another character help you overcome certain character flaws with yourself, is kind of what I'm trying to get at, with different things that you struggle with just internally,
Sure,
and how
there's
acting
so
can
many
help people.
life skills that we learn from acting that, you know, I could say I built on, and that would be, you know, those things like leadership and work ethics and confidence, respect, self-discipline, problem solving, all those things that I talked about. How come we look at kids that are theater kids and they, you know, they present themselves so well. But I think probably what I struggled with most, and I hate to say it, but was the opportunities. Finding those opportunities. I could have done this day and night, but I was in a family of 6 kids, and I joined a little community theater, and my mother said I could do it as long as I could find a ride, because there was no way she could get me a ride. You know, she had 3 babies at home still, and there was only 1 car in the family. So I was pedaling my bicycle or begging for a ride, you know, to get to these things. So really, it was really the opportunity. I think that was the greatest struggle, because I had it in me. I just wanted to do it, and I wanted to be an actress and a movie star, but that all changed into I wanted to be a writer, and then it became I wanted to be a director. So here we are.
And today you're directing the upcoming production of Cinderella.
Yes.
Now you got some upcoming plays as well. Are you in the directing role in all of those? Are you stepping inside and doing any of the actual acting too?
Well, we just set this down. I'm going to be directing Willy Wonka Jr. Next, and Junior, yes, there's a junior version of Willy Wonka, because these kids are, you know, the 2nd to the 8th grade.
Oh, it's just same story,
same story. They just sort of scale it down. Thank goodness, because if you've seen the movie, it goes all over the place, right? And as a director, I'm finding that to be a huge challenge. When they told me that one, because I didn't pick the show, you know, it was set, and they said, "How about you direct that?" And I went, "Ooh, that's a movie. How do we do that on stage in a black box?" And my wonderful technical director Garrett came in the other day, and he said, "I want to try this with film." And I'm like, whoa, we're going to do projection? And so that's kind of a new thing, you know, that everybody's sort of stepping into, and it's a really neat mix of media where you're actually using film for your set. So we're going to have screens on the side, and we're working on that. I can't promise what we're going to do with it, but right now it's an idea that got me very excited about directing Willy Wonka. So we get to play in some new mixed media, and that's going to be a lot of fun. But I'm also going to have some of these same wonderful children I'm working with now, and whoever else can show up to audition. Everybody's open.
As you're working with children and you watch them develop, through the years, do you ever just see them kind of find themselves in one of the roles that kind of begins that this is who I really am, and that kind of becomes their personality?
I don't find them finding themselves in the role so much as I find them finding themselves at home in the arts, where they all of a sudden go, this is it. This is where I belong. Arts kids are very inclusive because we need every kind of character, every kind of type to tell a story, right? I mean, if everybody was the same, we talk about this all the time in theater classes. If everybody looked the same, everybody was the same size, what a boring picture we would have. It would be just a blank canvas or one color,
It's funny you say that because we have actors like John Travolta, Nicolas Cage, and Jack Black, where they're the same dude in every movie, but these are professional actors. Are there like a theater or a stage version of those type of actors where they're just typecast to the same type of roles?
Yes, you can get the same thing, and it's always fun to play against your type. And every actor will tell you that. You're a certain type, but it's hard to get typecast where you're always playing the same thing.
I always wonder about the people like, like a Seinfeld and Kramer and stuff. Those are one show that I'm really a big fan of, but people see them as those characters and what it's like for them as a person to not be able to step out of that role. And I don't know if you have any
like Newman in Jurassic Park. I was waiting for the spitter to be like Newman,
but they get known for that character and how they can step out of that role, and they really can't.
Yeah, and they call that typecasting. But there is a danger, I think, in acting for some people that they step into a role and they don't ever leave that role, if that's what you're talking about. And I actually came across that in college where the professor had asked for this young lady to maybe find a different career because it was too hard for her to leave her roles emotionally. That is very rare, though. I think it's extremely rare.
Interesting.
I think it's more about typecasting, and usually that's, somebody that's just kind of lost in a lot of different ways, know. So there's a certain that's a fear, and yes, it's a real fear, but it's very, very, very rare.
Real quick, again, the production of Cinderella, the dates, and how people can get tickets.
Yes, we're going to have that production on July 28th through the 31st at the Tico Theater. It's at 7 o'clock on Thursday and Friday, and then on Saturday we have a 1 and a 4 performance. We also should remind that we have Showstoppers coming up after that, which is August 12th through the 14th, which is our top group. It's going to be a fabulous, high-energy, great musical review called Jukebox, where we're going to see a lot of neat, fun numbers that are going to be familiar to the audience. And I should also mention we have a really neat production tonight that's free. So we do have, an opportunity for anyone who would like to go see it. It's called Taming of the Shrew. And we have a really creative director who's kind of put his own spin into, how we're going to make this a modern piece of Taming of the Shrew. And so I hope that some people can get out to see that tonight, too. It could be a lot of fun. And that's going to be at the Jabe Theater.
Good information, Nancy Sears. Greatly appreciate you sticking around and hanging out with us in the 8:30 segment here, talking about Cinderella. So wish you the best of luck of that, and looking forward to seeing it.
Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. And that was Nancy Sears, theater chair with the Patel Conservatory. Learn more, patelconservatory.org, and you can also pick up tickets to the upcoming Cinderella production over there. You're listening to the Working Woman Wednesdays feature of That Business Show with Jamie Maloney. Your business becomes show business.
Savvy business owners utilize technology to connect with customers, communicate among teams, and collaborate with partners. Even with advances in technology, you all know it's not infallible. Where do you turn when your technology starts working against you? Who do you depend on to keep your team productive? Don't wait until your technology fails you. Get ahead of the crisis and contact the professionals at Alpha Computing Solutions so they can show you how to keep your technology running smoothly. Visit them online at www.alphacomputing.com.
Attention medical professionals. Have you heard that Tampa Bay will become the first certified wellness district in the country? Thanks to Jeff Fennick's revitalization of Channelside, the Doctor Whisperer wants to streamline your efforts in preparation. So when you're ready to ignite your practice, use the Doctor Whisperer's public relations expertise to spread the word. Use the Doctor Whisperer to motivate your staff. And use the Doctor Whisperer to recruit and secure leaders within your practice. Call the Doctor Whisperer today at 727-420-2481 or visit thedoctorwhisperer.com, where they write your prescription for success.
Who doesn't have a smartphone these days? And of course, there's an app for everything. Well, almost everything. That's why the folks at Popcorn Apps started developing mobile applications. They saw people like you with genius ideas, unable to make those thoughts a reality. They develop applications for tens of thousands of dollars less than you'll find anywhere else, and will turn your idea into a reality in a matter of just a few months. Think you're not ready? Think again. They are your one-stop shop for mobile application development. See them at popcornapps.com with a K in popcorn, or call them at 727-415-6705 for your free consultation and pop your kernel of an idea into $1 million business and a world changer starting today. What's up, business rock stars? Are you ready to bring out the CEO in you? Join Julianne Nichols, CEO of Focus on You Strategy, every other Friday on That Business Show. She'll be talking with other chief entrepreneurial officers about how they grew their businesses. Remember, you could join the conversation at Focus on You Strategies Focus Fridays Facebook group at facebook.com/groups/Focus Fridays. That's facebook.com/groups/Focus Fridays. Be the CEO of you. Did you know the biggest challenge business leaders face today is creating an engaged and productive workforce culture? Bill Meyer Ham Consulting wants to help you solve this challenge. They will help you transform your workforce culture to produce amazing business results. Call Bill Meyer Ham Consulting at 941-201-4650 today or visit BillMeyerHam.com. That's BillMeyerHam.com. Have a conversation.
I knew Mom wanted to stay at home. It's the center of her family, her life. But helping Mom stay in her home while managing mine was just too much. Honestly, it wasn't just about me. Mom didn't want me to be her caretaker. She wanted me to be her daughter. I felt so alone until I found out about Home Instead Senior Care. When we met the people at Home Instead, we just knew they were different. The experience was personal. And most importantly, for Mom and me, I get to be her daughter again.
Home Instead Senior Care. To us, it's personal.
At Vein 911, we will help you feel great again. Do you have restless legs, night leg cramps, or ankle swelling? Restless legs, cramping, swelling, and tired heavy legs are often symptoms of hidden vein disease. You do not have to have visible bulging veins to have the symptoms of vein disease. The vein care specialists at Vein 911 are uniquely qualified to evaluate and treat your veins. Are you unhappy with your previous vein treatment? Vein 911 succeeds where others fail. Call Vein 911 today at 855-VEIN-911. That's 855-834-6911 to book your free consultation. Vein 911. We will help you feel great again.
From the RP Funding Traffic Network.
Hi, good morning. As we take a look at the roads around Tampa Bay, northbound 275, crash near Ashley in downtown Tampa has traffic slow from Howard Avenue. Also, we've got slow traffic still on westbound I-4 between 301 and 50th Street and on the brakes approaching 275. Crash in St. Petersburg on westbound 22nd Avenue North at 275 left lane. Blocked here. See traffic problems? Call the injury firm of Abrahamson Udrich. Hillsborough Traffic Tip Line 866-545-9595.
This report is brought to you by Boys and Girls Club of America.
It's 3 p.m. School's out for America's kids. And when school's out, clubs are in. It's time to support the Boys and Girls Clubs. Visit greatfutures.org.
Today, increasing cloudiness and hot with a 40% chance of showers and thunderstorms, high 94. Tonight, partly cloudy, low 78. Tomorrow, a 40% rain chance, high 93.
You're listening to That Business Show with Jamie Maloney on 1250 Wins WHNZ. Missed a show? Then head over to TampaBayRadio.com, where all shows are available on demand. Once again, here's your host, Jamie Maloney.
And we're back to That Business Show with Jamie Maloney, where business becomes show business. Also, it's Working Women Wednesdays, where we talk to professional women from the Working Women of Tampa Bay Networking Group. And you can learn more about that over at WorkingWomenOfTampaBay.com, and also about their upcoming conference at WorkingWomenConference.com. That's their big state conference that Jessica throws each and every year, and so she's got some amazing keynote speakers at the event. And if you head over to, again, WorkingWomenConference.com, it's being held September 8th and 9th at the Straz Center, so learn more about that. And also, I believe she probably has some partner booths or vendor booths available for that as well. Our next guest for the program was unable to be in the studio today. She had a last-minute emergency, so Beth Ann Hayes, the owner of Organize My Home, we wish her well and hope to get her back in studio here at a future Working Women date. So we got a few minutes left, so me and Josh are just going to have to wing it as the Working Women representatives of the show. So I don't know if we represent the Working Women too well, but
I think I'm well on my way to be doing a good job with all this Disney knowledge.
You definitely showed your inner child though with your love for Disney and your spot on critique or storytelling of Cinderella. So congratulations on that.
I honestly really didn't know that was going to happen. Like, when I tell people I don't know what's coming out of my mouth next, I'm not kidding at all.
No, I don't even know what I'm going to say half the time. It's I come in here and just wing it. I was thinking back that just as a kid. My parents said my favorite thing to watch as a kid was Mary Poppins, though. And now that I think about it,
that's a Disney film.
It's a Disney film, and I like that stuff too. But I can't even remember the story of what Mary Poppins was. I remember there was an umbrella involved in that, but apparently I watched that a lot as a kid. What was?
Are you serious, dude? It was a nanny.
Okay,
she was a nanny, and she flew around with the umbrella.
That's okay. I remember that part. That's all I remember, but I can't remember what.
I think she dated Dick Van Dyke, and he was a chimney cleaner.
Yeah,
and then she flew down and started taking care of these kids, and that's kind of the story.
But you have a young daughter, so you have an advantage over me because she's probably watching these films and it's refreshing you and reminding you of these stories. I don't have any kids, so I have no idea what these stories are.
This show really does put me in my place because my daughter, I don't think she watches Disney movies. Man. She watches like Ninja Turtles and Transformers.
So you're watching them on your own. You got them on Netflix, then, right?
YouTube? No. Growing up, I had two younger sisters, and my grandmother was a collector, more or less a hoarder of collections, and she was really big on Disney. So I had two younger sisters that watched Little Mermaid, Aladdin, and films like that constantly. So it was kind of hard in my household to avoid all of that. So I just kind of tolerated it. And then as I got older, when you're a kid, you're like, you hate this, and you don't want anything to do with it. Then you get older, you're like, oh, that brings up fond memories of making fun of my sisters. So that's kind of like where I got all this Disney knowledge from, is kind of by accident.
No, it's good knowledge to have, though. It's better than some of the crap that fills some people's heads out there that they're talking about. So definitely something good to talk about. So, well, we've got about a minute left here. Just wanted to run by a couple quick promotions here real quick. Remember, Christmas in July is tomorrow. That being thrown on behalf of the Tampa Bay business owners, of which I and the Business Show here are partners with. That is the 6th annual Christmas in July with a taste of tequila from Mr. Margarita, where we bring the party to you, and it's also presented by our sponsor, the Tampa Bay Business Journal. And so it's tomorrow, 5 to 8:30. Please get your tickets. We're up over 250 attendees so far, and we expect a big push today and tomorrow.
Have you guys found a drunken Santa yet?
No, that's going to be me. So,
are you serious?
No, I'm just kidding. We had a diabetic shock Santa last year, so hopefully he's in good shape this year. So, but again, tbbo.org/CIJ. Tickets are just $29 and $19 if you are a TBBO member. And also keep in mind, we do a monthly event over at the Center Club, first Wednesdays of the month. Next one being Wednesday, August 3rd, and it's going to be The Birth of Painting with a Twist, an interview with Leslie and Marvin Gaye. And you can register for that over at tbbo.org/events. Well, hope everybody enjoyed the show. Be sure to tune in tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. to That Business Show with Jamie Maloney, where business becomes show business.